Good afternoon. This is the Duke of Fremont Street in Las Vegas, Nevada. Today is Sunday, the 12th of September, 2021. Before starting my short video, I would like to welcome you to my YouTube channel. Salute. Delicious. There's no bad time for champagne. Anyway, in today's short video, I'd like to talk about my opinion about the cryptocurrencies. Everything is my opinion, and my opinion only. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't recommend you do anything. I appreciate you listening and hearing my point of view, and perhaps you'll find it agreeable, and perhaps not. The cryptocurrencies, I'm not an advocate, nor am I a fan of them, and I'll tell you why. First and foremost, they're tied to the grid, and anything tied to the grid is subject to failure. I think our grid is very fragile today. I think it's precarious, and it could go down at any time. What I mean by the grid is the power of the water, the sewer, the transportation system, the lack of petrol and so forth, the cell phones themselves, the cell towers, all of it's gone. And a blink of an eye, we're into the Middle Ages again. So if that is the case, and I certainly hope it isn't, but if it does happen, your digital wallet is going to be worthless. So I don't feel that it's an asset that you can trust in these dark and uncertain times. In fact, I believe we're moving into a new dark ages era, and the medieval point of view is probably more how we're going to be seeing the future. The cryptos can be hacked, I believe. Already, I believe they're being hacked. Recently, we had a ransomware attack with one of the big corporations here in the United States. And these criminals extorted millions of dollars from the corporation. Our Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, tracked this money down, this crypto money, and returned it to the corporation. I don't know how they did it, and I bet you don't know how they did it either, but they did it. And I believe if the FBI could do that to the ransomware attackers, they could do it to you. And even worst case scenario, these arch criminals out there have nothing better to do than to try to figure out how to extract your money from your digital wallet. So I believe that not only could this happen, I believe it will happen. And I don't want to be part of it. I want to be totally out of any of these virtual or crypto assets. The government is regulating these cryptocurrencies now and taxing them. And in fact, I think the government's quite capable of even shutting down the cryptocurrencies. If the cryptocurrencies gain too much traction, it may compete with the government's own digital dollar that they more than likely will put to the American public. In other words, no more paper dollars, everything will go digital. And which I think will be a travesty. The governments, the world governments, because I think it's a worldwide event, will have you under their thumb. You'll be tracked like an animal. They'll decide that, no, you don't need any more champagne. No, you've had enough fatty foods and pizzas that week, and we'll let you buy it. They'll control your wallet, and they'll mandate, there's possibility they'll mandate how you can even spend your own wealth. And we all know how we feel about mandates. At least I know how I feel about mandates. I don't believe in any mandates. new dark ages era that we're moving into, nothing, absolutely nothing would surprise me. The cryptos are not tangible. Silver's tangible. So I believe in tangible hard assets. I believe that if you possess it, that you control it and you own it. If you don't possess it, you don't control it and you really don't own it. So I'm an advocate for the precious metals, and right now they're currently very depressed in the world markets. And I believe this is by design. The big banks and the governments are circulating this fiat currency, which is backed by nothing other than decree and by the faith in that particular currency that's being circulated. And once the general populace accepts gold and silver and the real value that they hold, the fiat currencies will lose the respect that they have right now. You know, the almighty buck will no longer be the almighty buck, which is backed by nothing. I've had that pleasure over the years, and I've had an adventurous spirit. I've traveled to Zimbabwe and saw the disaster there when the currencies imploded and they went into hyperinflation. I was down in Venezuela when Hugo Chavez was boss back in the good old days, I guess, compared to where they are now. The country doesn't even exist. So, it's just a total debacle. What makes you think that can't happen anywhere? Once the hyperinflation kicks in, and once the quantitative easing 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, once they continue producing all this fantasy island money, the value of it's going to naturally it's going to drop. I personally am an advocate of returning to the gold standard, the gold and silver standard, and backing our currency with that. It'll be painful at first, but I believe we should reset our currency to that. Forget about this digital currency and this digital dollar. I think this is an invasion on our civil liberties. So anyway, in a nutshell, that's how I feel about the Bitcoin and all the different brands of digital currency. I have nothing to do with any of it. Precious metals. To me, that's what I believe. Anyway, I've taken enough of your time today. I wish you wealth and health. And if you get to Vegas, please look me up. I'm easy to find. Salute. Thanks for stopping by.